Hello once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of Q2. This time around, we'll be checking out, one of the final 10 maps. Yes, we actually made it to the final part of Q2. It's been a long and arduous adventure, but we're almost there. So with that in mind, let's actually start this thing up so we can say we're 9 maps away. Anyway, this is life and death. The thing to mention about this map is the fact that it's actually impossible to kill all the enemies. A very, very long time ago, I talked about a certain map which you cannot kill all the enemies in it. Not because of zombies this time around, but because certain enemies are blocked off by a wall with no way to actually reach them. This is that one map in Q2 where that happens. So, yeah! We finally get to see that terrible map. Yay! Alright, so let's do it. I think there's like 22 we can actually kill. Then I'll like show off the final 3 and why we're blocked off, but yeah. Well, that was pretty simple. One guy just stand randomly in the middle of the corridor with really nobody else getting alerted. Okay. Hooray for easiness! Who wants challenge in a game? Apparently anyone who's more modern games players, of course. I see you over there. There's at least one. There's one here. Oh, I saw another one. And we got a random thunderbolt. I'm assuming there's going to be something more powerful than a grunt in here, so we'll conserve that. This might be a good weapon to use to wipe out like a spawn. That way we don't end up in the same stupid situation we did last time. It was definitely entertaining, but it'd definitely be dangerous to be doing that every single time. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 doorways. Oh god, everything's trying to kill me. It's hard to see what's going on to my right. It's like totally black over there. Yeah! Bad design, people. I can't see a thing. Well, let's just try and control the rest of the area, and then we'll, like, go over there. Owie, okay! This is good to fiend. Anyone else? Okay, random double-barreled shotgun. I can't see what's going on. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, there's 2 doorways. Seems like it's going to span out further. Where are these ways? More rooms! Yeah, it's a bit chaotic. Unless, of course, this leads absolutely nowhere. Yeah, this is just a pointless dead-end room for some reason. No idea. The significant thing about here, people, is that this is basically the wall that basically has the enemies behind it. If I, like, whack it, you'll see there's no way through. Every other Q2 level, there has been no pushable walls or anything like that. And the trend remains here. I've ripped apart the level. I have, like, a lot of different editor stuff and whatnot. I've got a lot of quick editor software. And so I can, like, rip apart all the files if I get that inquisitive and find out, was there actually an official way to do this better than I'm doing? And the answer is no. In this map, there is absolutely no way to get to the other 3 enemies. In the multiplayer version, there were spawn locations over there. So when you die, you spawn over there. And then you can shoot people with a rocket launcher. Here, there is nothing you can do. You basically just kill the rest of them and then kinda, I guess, wait and leave. Because you can't kill those final 3. Yeah, it pretty much stinks. But it's a good example of the fact that I don't know what's a good example of, but yeah, it's definitely a pain in the butt example because most of Q2, all the enemies were at least accessible. So having this one level makes it kind of really like annoying that this had to exist. Yeah, but luckily maps whereby we can't kill all the enemies are very few and far between. A lot less than the original game actually. The original game had like quite a few levels like that. So this is definitely nicer than the original game. At least in that avenue. Of course, not in everything else. Oh, look, a random scrag. That was a grunt. Oh, look, a random shambler, too. That's gonna be fun. Uh-oh. Ah! Owie! Owie! I took a little bit of pain, but... People? What is he doing? Hooray! I have found the right distance to make him try and whack me over and over. It seems to be the end of this side. Yeah, it seems like the big thing to kill here was a shambler. Okay, so what's this way? Just pointless grunts? Probably. It looks like exactly that. Just looks like a bunch of grunts. Yep, that was all that was here. Grunts. Brilliant, huh? Let's see here. Was there a bit of health back at the beginning? Yes, there was. So I could use that when flying through there because who knows if they're gonna like pot shot me. Anyway, you come down here. Here is the way that leads to the side that we couldn't get to. So it's Noclip. I can also have used my hotkey for it. I have like F1 set up for Noclip. Just for debugging purposes. And right over here is the way forward. As you can even see between these two areas, there is no way between them. There's no like pushable wall or something like that that could lead to it. It's just a gray line. The only possible way something like this would normally work is by teleporter. And yeah, there's no teleporters in Q2. You'd also hear something like that normally. Though you could always say there's no ambient sound. Like I said, but there is no teleporters in Q2. I've already looked. So, yeah. Appreciate this. Appreciate the terribleness of this. Well, yeah. So, let's see here. What's right here? Oh, look, two grunts. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And that literally is all that's in here. Straight grunts and some cells. We basically have blocked off because otherwise we could get a couple more cells. But yeah, like I said, it definitely is kind of significant because that means we can't kill all the enemies normally. At least not without Noclipping like I just did here. But yeah. At least the nice thing about Quake in comparison to like Doom is the fact that every enemy does exist somewhere. It may be locked off in some room that doesn't teleport, but you can at least go and kill it. In Doom, there's levels whereby the enemy counter will just be glitched, and so what it says may not actually reflect what is accurately around. That might not actually be enemies, that might be secrets. Yeah, I think enemy counter in Doom worked fine like that. I think generally enemy counter was even better than like Quake with regards to that. Except for a few levels, I think usually you could get everything in Doom levels. But the secret counter was heavily buggy. And they had a lot of warp things in the secret counter. It doesn't seem like we have those type of problems in Quake. I haven't seen like any secrets that have been impossible to get. Yeah, I can't actually think of a single Quake level whereby the secret counter was like flawed in any way. Um, we'll continue moving forward and see if we run into one of those issues. But as I've said, it's pretty interesting when you think of that. Because that was a massive issue with a lot of Doom P-Wads was that the secret counter, it was like, I think it's because it was tied to one individual brush, and sometimes those brushes would be really wonky. While I think Quake is more sector based, it's based on like a particular area that you enter. So as long as you find a particular area, you'll be fine. But yeah, if you notice, I think generally Quake levels haven't had many secrets though. The original game, of course, would work fine, and Q2 doesn't have any secrets at all. So maybe it's not exactly the best example just yet, because like I said, we haven't really seen that many or should I say any custom levels with secrets. So yeah, we'll keep persevering. Um, Hopefully we'll see more secrets, and hopefully we'll see exactly how functional they are, because I believe they're pretty functional. But like I said, I only got so far in Aftershock, and that's the only one I could think of that has secrets. So yeah, we'll worry about that when the time comes. Anyway, maybe I should get out of here. There's really nothing more for me to do. Um, So yeah, like I said, it kind of stinks that we have like three enemies segmented off, but the good news is that there is over 100 levels of Q2, so luckily only one of them being broken in the amount of enemies you could kill. So you say there's about like 50 single player levels. That means you still have about 49 whereby you can kill everything generally. Well, maybe subtract the two with the zombies that you can't kill, maybe three. So you still want to say there's like 45 or more levels, and that's kind of being a bit rough on it. I believe there's actually more than 45, but I'm going to be try and generalize it down and say there's 45. That's still a decent amount of levels whereby you can kill everything in. I think that's still more than the original game, even if each level's pretty small and pointless. But that's beside the point. um. And like I said, at least generally, yes, Quake levels tend to have every enemy accessible, at least to the custom levels. Like I said, there was a massive issue with the original game, so at least, when people made their own custom levels, they didn't copy that. I mean, this is Q2 we're talking about. It's pretty much, the sloppiest of the sloppy. And even this only has one level where it did that. So that is a pretty interesting indeed. But actually there is some weird oddities about that being the sloppiest of the sloppy, because we don't have like a lot of issues that some other levels might have, like things might fall through the world or whatnot because they were misplaced or whatnot, and we don't generally see a bunch of errors in Q2 about that. So one thing you do have to say about Q2 in general is that it has pretty decent placement. It's not exactly the most strategic of placements, mind you. I did say that, but at least things function. That's more than you could say for some other levels that we might be checking out in the future. Um, Anyway, I think I've rambled for long enough. Thank you very much all for watching, and I shall see you all next time.